All right, ladies and gentlemen, pull this up for you. Okay, so a couple of things to take note of. Let's go on the weekly time frame. Let's hide a few of these things. Okay. So first thing to look at that's interesting with Bitcoin. Okay. 2017 cycle top. 2021 first top. 2021 second double top. Cycle ends. Bear market. Rejected twice. Broke through. Very interesting look. So this is the macro top, or the macro resistance for cycle tops last 3 cycles. So 1, 2, 3. Finally, we break through. Significant level. Why? Well, obviously we just broke through resistance. Stick the landing up in here, which we did. We closed the weekly up above, confirmed breakout. We're still up above. We close this weekly candle above. Of course, we start ripping. I mean, we are ripping, but continue to go. Down here, the couple of times that we had snuck up above that resistance, rejected. We did not close the weeklies above. We closed the weeklies below. Closed here, or no. Closed here. Closed here. Closed here. Closed. So never broke through that resistance. Okay. So significant level, again, confirms, yeah, we're going higher. So that's confirmation, confirmed breakout. We love that. On the logarithmic scale, oops. On the logarithmic scale, so let's go ahead and hide that trend line. Let's go ahead and show our bull market trend. This is down, let's see. There's a bull market trend. Okay. Bull market trend on Bitcoin, still intact. Love that, right? We lost it here, false breakdown. Came back above, we're breaking out, okay? It's very good. Bitcoin confirmed, we're breaking out. Beautiful. Who could have foreseen this? Well, we could have foreseen this. Why do we foresee this? Global liquidity. Okay, we're just going to go through the couple of things that I'm looking at on a macro basis. Okay, global liquidity is at all-time highs. This is M2 Global Liquidity Index. M2, this is the global monetary supply. How much money is getting injected into the economy, into the ecosystem across the entire world with the five major central banks. Okay, this goes up. That means more liquidity, more funds in markets, in the economy that can be invested. Bullish inherently. So we talked about this being a leading and lagging indicator. We topped out here. Top here. It's a leading indicator. Top, bottom, up trending still. This is still uptrending, so we haven't necessarily topped yet. If we see a top here, then we're going to expect a top up in there. Okay, so that's what we're going to be watching for. Global liquidity has continued to move up. This is what I've been saying. Well, if liquidity is going up on a longer time frame, I'm still bullish. This cycle's not over. That's exactly what had played out. Okay, so we called it. We got it right. Beautiful. Took a while, right? Took 6 months, 7 months since the last top, but it happened. Cycle was not over. So global liquidity is still in play. Okay, so I just want to take a look at a couple things because we were talking about RSI. You know, how much further we can rip, etc. Well, let's look at Bitcoin on the weekly. And let's look at the RSI. What I think is going to happen here. So if we throw on the fibs, let's throw on these fibs. Cool. So these are the macro fibs on Bitcoin. Okay. Why is this the macro range? So, bless me. So here's the 4-year reaccumulation range on Bitcoin. We've been saying, okay, those of you who have been here for many months, I've been saying Bitcoin is the only asset in the crypto space, major asset, that had broken out of its 4-year reaccumulation range from last cycle and made new all-time highs. Ethereum still has not. Okay, so 2021 top, right? This is the 4-year reaccumulation range. Hide a couple drawings on here. Okay, has not broken out of its 4-year reaccumulation range. Solana, right? Cycle top, bear market low, has not broken out of its 4-year reaccumulation range. Still ranging. XRP still has not. Look. 21, 18, 17, 18. Still has not broken out to new all-time highs. Still within the reaccumulation range. Rejecting off of range highs right now. Okay? BNB. I'm showing you this because you got to understand the context of the macro cycle. BNB, 21 top. Look. 21 top, 4-year reaccumulation range. Has not broken out yet. It's trying. Okay? Top, top, top. Trying to break out. Go to this 1.618. Okay. So my point is none of these major assets have broken out. Bitcoin's the only one. Breaks out, hits the 1.618. Fantastic. Going for another breakout now. Next top from Bitcoin is at 156,000. The question is how quickly do we actually get there? So unlike this breakout where we had ranged sideways on Bitcoin for 8 months, at the previous all-time highs, we had just consolidated right below the previous all-time high, broke out and went straight up to the 1.618 fib. Okay, we just went straight to the fib, and that's where we topped. So I'm watching this next fib because I'm saying, all right, well, if the first fib played, second fib's going to play. The only difference is the RSI is giving me a clue that we're not going to get straight there off of this breakout. We might, but I don't think so. So this is what I mean by this. And so when the RSI had topped out, okay, you come here, you top. So we break out at this level from the range high, the previous cycle all-time high. We break out, we go straight up into the 1.618. That's where we top. So the fib plays. This is what our RSI looked like that when we topped. Okay. So when we break out, our RSI going into the breakout was down in here. Okay, this level. Let's actually take a look. We actually may have something here. Okay, so the RSI was higher on the first breakaway candle, slightly. But we still have room to run on the weekly. All right, so live on stream, I'm noticing this now too. We actually, on the weekly RSI, have space to run straight to the 156,000. You guys may be shocked that we might be at 156,000 Bitcoin within a month or two. Okay? That's exciting. That's exciting because that means we've got some fucking fireworks on the way. Okay? It's very exciting. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. I'm getting some messages here. Okay. Very important message. Got to take a look at that. All right. Network important. Important people texting you. You got to respond. So this RSI has room to run on the weekly. So I could see us actually running if this gets, because I mean, look at the weekly RSI over here. Weekly RSI ran up like that. We didn't even hit that over here on the first top of the 1.618. Like we could very well fucking run this overbought like we did over here. We could very well get this overbought like we did in March 24 up in here and hit this 156,000 Bitcoin within the next couple months. So we're going to keep an eye out on that. So I would watch the RSI on the weekly. So now let's take a look at the daily. I want to see what the daily looks like. So the daily is a little bit different because we have... So this was the March-April top right in here. This is what the daily RSI looked like. 1.618 top. Here's what the daily RSI looked like. So we still have room to run on the daily as well. Now, the thing with the daily, though, is we don't have room to run to 156,000. So there's going to have to be some sort of pause locally before we actually hit this 156. So here's what I'm thinking this looks like. Okay, because this would have to go completely overbought for us to run straight there. So I'm expecting on the daily time frame something like this. Okay, so we probably run it to about 130-ish, like up in here, and either pull back to like 120 and then run into like September. That would make sense. So July, August, September. Yeah, so I could see it running like this, kind of going sideways throughout August, bottoming in the middle of August, and then kind of just running into September. Why? Well, because you got to give a chance to the daily RSI to clear out a bit for us to have room to run again for that 156. The time frame on this one was just so much. No, it's about the same time frame. Because look, you broke out beginning of November. December was 1 month. Yeah, so this one moved a bit faster on the run up to the 1.618. This one might just take an extra month just because it's a bigger move up. So we'll see. We'll see. Well, let's see if it is a bigger move up or not. Come on, let's actually do the math. Let's see. 50%. It's actually similar. %. So it's a very similar move, actually. So this could even happen in August. But I'm guessing August, September, you get this move up to 156. Okay. That might not even necessarily be cycle top at that point, but we'll see. Okay. Now, if you get that move on Bitcoin up to 156,000, right? Let's see. What's everything else going to look like?